This video will show the user interface of the new F165i. So you have the two outputs the same as on the F165. You have an output that is 5-volt fixed, which corresponds to output number 1, and output number 2 is can be adjusted with the amplitude knob. This corresponds to the same output number 2 on the F165. You have the power input here, and you have the on-off power button here. So if I turn it on, it starts loading, and when it's ready, it will display the version number. And so the interface is those three buttons here. So you have different menus available, and the first menu that's available when you turn on the unit is the main menu, and you can navigate the menu with the previous and next button, and you can select an item in the menu with the enter button. So if I can show you here what the items in the main menu are. So you have the open to open a file, run to run a file. Recent programs will show you the last programs that you open. So for example, if you have hundreds of programs on the generator, but you want to open a program that you opened recently, it's faster to go to the recent program menu. If I press enter, you'll see there were 5 programs that I opened recently, so I can scroll through them. When you want to exit a menu, you go to the end of the menu, and there's an exit option, and you click enter, and it will bring you back to the previous level. So we just looked at the recent programs. There's also a recent frequency, because you can enter a single frequency manually. But if you want to run a frequency that you ran previously without retyping it, you can select recent frequency, enter, and then in my case here I have 2 frequencies that I ran previously. So I could just press enter, and it will run one of those last frequencies. So now I will exit the menu and I go back. Okay, the next option in the main menu is delete. You would use this if you want to delete a single file. The next option in the menu is delete all. So this would delete every file. If I do this, it will ask me to confirm before. So I pressed enter, and it says if I click next, it will delete the files, and if I click previous, it will cancel, or if I wait, it will just get out of the menu. So I think these are, yeah, delete all. Settings is not used yet, so you can ignore that. About is not used. So this completes the main menu. Now, if I'll give you an example of opening a program file. So I'm in the main menu here, and if I click open, this specific generator is my test generator. There's over 1,000 files on it, just to show you, how you select when there's many files. So if you click previous and next, it scrolls through the files, but in this case, there's thousands of files. So if I want to go faster, I press the next button, and I keep it pressed, and then it will start scrolling to the end, which is the exit. And if I click previous, it will scroll back, and again, if I keep my finger on the button, if I keep my finger, it scrolls fast, and if I just press once at a time, it scrolls one file at a time. So for example here, if I do this, if I press, and then I'm at the middle of the list here, so if I continue pressing, I go down. So, and once you see the file that you want to open, you just click enter, and then it shows you on the display what's the current file. If you want to run it, by default, when we have a file open like this, if you press the menu buttons, you're in the run menu. So sorry, you're in the main menu. So if you click run, it will start running the file that you opened. Um, Now, while you're running a file, because we're running a file right now, if you click the previous and next button, you're in the run menu, which has uh, the option to stop, to pause, skip, hold, and exit the menu. So for example, I could press enter to stop the menu, the program, and it will stop the program. Um, I'll give you an example of opening a recent program from the main menu. So I click enter, and then I scroll. It remembers the last 16 most recent programs. In my case, there's only 6 that I opened recently, but it will store up to 16. So if I click enter, for example, at this one here, it opened that program, and then you can use previous and next to select what to do with it. You can run it like that. So now I will stop it. Now I'll show you how to enter a single frequency. So I'm in the main menu right now, and I click next until I see manual frequency. Then I click enter. And then it shows you, in this case, it shows you all zeros, and you can use the next and previous buttons to scroll. There's a little pointer here that shows you which digit you want to change. So if I wanted to enter 1000, for example, I would place the little pointer where the 1 should be, and I click enter, and then I can use previous and next to change that number. So in this case, I put 1, and then if I click enter just once, it records that number, and then I can move the little pointer to change another number. So if I wanted to put 1200, I would place the pointer where the 2 should be, press enter, and then scroll until I see 2. And then once you're ready, once you're done, you can press and keep the enter button pressed down. So I put my finger in there, and it starts running that frequency. And once the frequency runs, you can use the menu again to either stop it, pause, skip, hold, exit menu. In this case, I will stop it. Okay, so now we're back to the main menu, and we will see that frequency. If we go to the recent frequencies and click enter, you'll see that the last frequency that we ran is 1200. So we could just simply go there and press enter, and it will run it again. And it will remember that when you turn off the generator. So if I turn it off and I turn it back on, now if I go to recent frequency, press enter, it remembers the frequency. You can scroll to the last up to 16 frequencies. So if I want to run again 1200, I press enter, and it starts running it. So I think that covers everything. Thank you very much.